Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today. We got Mr. Ballen back on the schedule, man. We got top 3 photos with disturbing backstories. This is part 2. We're just going through the, just picking as we go through the little saga of the disturbing backstories, you know? Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, before we get into it today, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
Well, I highly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and dive into these stories, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Today, I'm going to tell you 3 progressively more horrifying stories that at the end of each of them, I'm going to show you the picture or pictures that are famously associated with that particular story. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right channel, because that's all I do, and I upload 3, 4, even 5 times every week. If that's of interest to you, then please move into the top floor of a high-rise apartment building that does not have a working elevator, and then ask the like button to help you move. Also, please subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's stories. On March 20th, 1980, significant volcanic activity began to occur all over Mount St. Helens in Washington state. The north face of the mountain had begun to visibly shake, and then by March 27th, there was steam coming out of the craters and vents all over the north side of the mountain. That April, scientists began to notice that there was this massive bulge that was growing on the north side of this mountain that was about 1 mile in diameter, and every day it was growing about 6 feet farther and farther up the mountain. And it was basically this massive undercurrent of magma that was going towards the top of the mountain, getting ready to explode. Initially, there was some speculation that perhaps this magma bulge is not nearly as big of a deal as people are making it out to be, that really, at worst, it could be a small eruption and it would have no impact on the surrounding areas. But authorities became skittish and were worried that they could just be caught with their pants down if this turned into a full-blown volcanic eruption. So they began evacuating the area. And for the most part, everybody evacuated, with the exception of a few scientists and some photographers and some really hardcore people that did not want to leave their homes. One of those people who had stayed behind was Robert Landsberg, who was a photographer, and on May 18th, 1980, he was out hiking about 7 miles away from the summit of Mount St. Helens, and he was making his way up to try to find a good viewpoint of that north face. He wanted to look at that magma surge that was making its way up on the north side of the mountain. And so finally he makes his way up and he gets to a great spot and he starts taking pictures of that north face. While Robert is taking pictures of that side of the mountain, a 5.2 magnitude earthquake struck the area, causing that entire north face of Mount St. Helens to be sheared off and begin falling down the side of the mountain. It's this massive landslide. It's one of the biggest that's ever been recorded in that area. But what it really did is all of a sudden that entire magma surge that had been building up underneath on the north side, making its way up, suddenly is uncovered, and it causes this massive volcanic explosion shooting 15 miles straight up into the air. Along with this massive vertical blast, there was a simultaneous lateral blast basically pointed directly at Robert, and it sent these molten debris surging down the mountainside at 100 miles an hour or faster. Robert knew he had no hope of escaping this wall of magma and ash coming straight at him. So he decides, instead of trying to save myself, I'm going to take as many pictures as I can of this volcanic eruption, and then I'm going to try to protect the film. And so Robert took as many pictures as he could of this massive volcanic wall of death coming towards him until the very last second when he puts his camera into his bag, he puts that into his backpack, and then he holds it against his chest and lays down on the ground using his body as the last protective measure to try to save this film for posterity. 17 days later, they find Robert Landsberg's body, and sure enough, he was able to protect his film by laying on top of it. And so they developed the pictures that he took, and they're incredible. Here are the final pictures that Robert Landsberg took before he was killed by the volcano.
Whoa. That's insane, bro.
Wow.
I would have been left though. You know? Just imagine the pain and agony he went through, you know? That's probably one of the worst painful. Because it can't be fast, right? You're feeling it the whole time. And there's nothing you can do.
Nope.
And it hurts, hot. Plethora of things, bro. Damn.
It's a bad way to go out.
One of the worst, man.
Well, it's a lot of, it is definitely a bad way. It's a bad way to go out.
I wonder, like, in what condition was the body? You know what I mean? Because every time I hear about, like people dying from like volcanoes and stuff, I'm like, does the body, like when I see people go like fall into a volcano and they talk about how it's so hot, I'm like, do they melt? Like, does the skin melt off? Like, how painful is the death? You know what I'm saying? Are you feeling it to the point where you feel it so bad where the pain is what kills you and not the actual, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, what is the condition of the body in there? Is it similar to, like, what is it, Mount Vesuvius? What's the one? No, Pompeii, city of Pompeii with the volcano, and you can still see the bodies and people, you know what I'm saying? I wonder, is it like that? Like, so in this situation, I wonder, is it like the city of Pompeii when they found him, discovered him, was his body like, or like, what could,
What condition, yeah. I'm trying not to think about it, but yeah.
Yeah, I know you're not. Like me and you totally,
like,
me and you totally opposite.
Talking and I'm just like, I'm not thinking about it.
Me and her totally opposite. What I think about, I know she wouldn't think about it at all. Like the things I'll be like, I'm wondering, and I look it up. She's like, yeah, don't show me, don't tell me.
I don't want to see that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Or
I just have, it's a curiosity thing though.
On September 21st, 2014, Darsh Patel, who was a 22-year-old college student, was out hiking in a New Jersey state park along with 5 of his college buddies. As they were about to head down a particular trail that they had actually gone to this park to go down, a man and woman come charging up the path towards them. And so Darsh and his friends stop and they're looking at these 2 people who look totally distraught and scared. And the man and woman immediately say, hey, don't go down this path. We were just down there, and for the past 10 minutes, a black bear has been stalking us in the tree line. We don't know where it went, but we got up here, we turned around, and it was gone, but we would not suggest going down this path. It's just not worth it. Darsh and his friends tell the couple, thank you for giving us the heads up. We were actually going to go down that path, and so I guess now we won't. And so the couple, they quickly leave, and Darsh and his friends are sitting there thinking, well, now what do we do? Because this was the trail we were going to go down. This is why we're here. As they're standing there, they start talking about, well, maybe we just go down anyways. There's 6 of us. I highly doubt that a bear is going to come out of the woods and attack 6 people, especially a black bear that is not known to attack people. Why don't we just walk down a ways, and if we see the bear, then we just turn around and leave. And if we see the bear, might make some good pictures. Let's just go down there and see what happens. And they start walking. And sure enough, about 10 minutes into their trip down this trail, they see this massive bear parked right in the center of the trail about 250 meters away from where they were. The bear did not appear to be doing anything. It was just sitting there, but it was clearly looking at the group of them. So Darsh and his friends are just standing there, not really sure what to do, so they start taking pictures and videos. They're not moving any closer, but they just start documenting what they're seeing because this bear was apparently stalking this couple. It was pretty interesting, and they figured, hey, make some good pictures. So they start taking pictures and taking some videos of this animal, and the animal starts walking towards them. Now, it's 250 meters away. They recognize that this is a dangerous animal, and we don't want to get too close to it, but they felt relatively safe. Even if it started moving towards them initially, they still felt safe. But the animal starts jogging towards them. At this point, the boys put their phones away, turn around, and they start hightailing it the other way. And somebody looks back and notices the bear is now sprinting at them. This causes the group to completely panic. They start sprinting back towards where...
When it's a black bear, if it's black, fight back. Don't retreat, right?
if it's brown.
If it's brown, lay down and play dead.
That's what they say.
And if it's white,
say good night.
because you were dead.
Say good night. That's what they say, child. But I ain't taking my chances with none of them. So
Remember, it was a little black bear. That joint was moving, bro.
the little one that people was
No,
like,
bro. I don't think that thing was just that little, bro.
it was a little one. It was a baby bear.
But it was moving too fast.
But he was a baby bear.
Boy,
though.
that
But
thing
he
was miles
just-
away
he
at
was
one part of the
traveling
day,
child.
and then I'm like, somebody
was
would literally see him on.
documented.
People saw him on this side of town. 2 hours later, he all the way on the other. No, like 45 minutes later, he was on the other side of town. I'm like, dude.
Or a different, like, when he, like, going to city, like, a
Different city to
cities and
city.
stuff, and people was like, we seen the bear today. And
Everybody was like, bro.
where?
And a lot of people was like, it can't be the same bear because it's moving too fast.
Yeah, that's what people said.
And that sucker, when I say it was moving fast, y'all, I was just like, damn, I did not realize bears like travel that fast.
Yeah.
And he was gone. He here. I was just like, bro, I hope I
Please don't
don't
let
see.
me come in contact. But, yeah.
Cause I'll be outside, y'all, and I'm just be like, if he came up on me,
Yeah. You'd be so...
I don't
I
know what the
wouldn't
hell
even
I would
know.
have did.
But, yeah.
bro.
But,
I would have just had to try to run, man.
But honestly, I'm not taking my chances with a bear, period. Like, I understand, like, oh, black bears, they're not, known to do this, that. I don't care.
Which ones be up there in the cabins that be opening people's doors and walking up? I swear those look like brown bears.
I think
though.
those brown bears.
The ones that be up here in the cabins, they be opening people's doors. They pull up to the door,
Are
the
those
cabin
brown
door.
bears?
I swear they look like brown
I think
bears.
they
though.
are. But I'm not taking my chances with
That's
any of them.
another reason why I be like, I ain't trying to go to the cabin.
As long as you don't go out at night, you fine.
Night, day, bro. Every time they spot them, it's the daytime.
But no, I'm saying like, long as because you won't really your guard you won't really be able to see much.
My guard is up, bro. I don't care, bro.
You won't be able to see much. Is what I'm
They
saying.
gonna see you in the daytime or nighttime, and if they want
But
you,
at least you will see
they can
them
have.
as well.
Man, fuck
In the
that.
daytime.
See, she trying to come up with the fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
If they want you,
They not gonna keep
they
you
gonna
inside.
have you, and they want to either do it the easy way or do the hard way. But one thing for sure,
They don't be attacking people though.
I don't know what they do.
So that's why I don't know which
They be
ones
attacking
it
them
is.
cars.
That's because people be leaving their doors unlocked.
Nah, they be picking. Bro, have you ever seen one on them?
No, I have not seen them.
Them
pick
ones
locks.
they walk right up
I
to the
thought you was
door.
about to say.
They hit the boom on two legs now.
Yeah, I done seen them open
They
the
be
door.
on two legs, open the door, wide open, get your stuff, pull it out like they humans, man.
But y'all leave y'all doors unlocked.
Man, you try to make any excuse for anything. Them folk grown. There's some grown little men in them.
Where their cars were parked. Absolute full panic back up the trail. No one's paying
Yes,
It
grizzly.
says black bear. It says but
Black
it says
and
black.
grizzly bear. A grizzly bear is a brown bear.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Right?
I think the most of the times when you
No,
people be
they're
seeing
grizzly
them, they be
bears.
Black bear.
What is a grizzly bear?
They be black bears.
No, it said black and grizzly.
But I'm saying I know, baby. I'm saying normally
You googling like B-Lou around this month. All you gotta do is say what type of bear is a grizzly bear.
So it's a subspecies of brown bears.
All right, that's all. Brown bears, like I said, let's go. I'm not.
Stop being scary.
I'm trying to be alive, so you can call whatever you want to.
back towards where their cars were parked. Absolute full panic back up the trail. No one's paying attention to anybody else. They're just running for their lives. And as they're turning their heads to look, the bear is gaining on them and gaining on them. Finally, after about 10 minutes of just running for their lives, they make it to the parking lot and they turn around. There's no bear, but there's short one hiker. Darsh Patel is still in the forest somewhere. The group starts screaming for Darsh. They know there was this aggressive bear in there chasing them, so they're obviously worried about him potentially getting attacked, and so they immediately call 911. The police show up and park rangers show up, and they go into the forest to try to find this bear and to find Darsh. And very quickly they come across this bear in a clearing, this 300-pound bear all by itself, aggressively pacing around this lump in the middle of this clearing that had sticks and branches on it. It wasn't clear what it was, and this bear is just pacing in a circle around this thing. And as these two park rangers get closer, they're armed. The bear looks at them and makes a move like it's going to charge, and they elect to shoot and kill this bear. Later, the bear's remains would be taken to a laboratory, and inside of the bear's stomach was Darsh Patel.
Oh
he
my
had been
gosh.
killed and eaten by this bear, and that lump that was on the ground that the bear was circling was whatever was left of Darsh that had not been consumed yet. When they recovered Darsh Patel's phone, they went into his images, and they found he had taken one final picture before he was attacked. Here it is. The bear was not malnourished, it was not diseased, it just decided it wanted to stalk, kill, and eat a human.
Bro. See, that's why I was like, oh, this bear doesn't do this, so you don't have to worry about this. Man.
Bro, you just had a whole... Shut up.
I said don't let the bear keep you from enjoying
I said,
your life. That's
it
what
ain't
I
gonna.
said.
It ain't keeping me from enjoying
You
my
said,
life.
I don't want to go here.
I said I don't go to the
bears.
cabins. I said I didn't
That's
say.
what I'm saying.
I don't mind going. Like I don't mind going to the area. I ain't going to stay in the cabins.
Okay,
I
you
go to the areas. I ain't going
That's
to the
all I was
cabins.
saying. You don't
That's
have
all
to-
I'm saying.
don't let the
It ain't
bear-
ruining my life. I had no desire to go to the cabins. That's my personal.
Okay.
That's not ruining my life. My life is good.
I'm off of it.
My life is better than a lot of people's lives that might want to go to the cabin. So
Okay, I'm off of it.
no, you ain't.
Yeah, I'm off of it.
No, you ain't.
But dang.
R.I.P. man.
R.I.P.
That's a horrible way to go out, man. And ripped apart too, because part of him was inside and part of him was,
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna show like a photo of the bear on the ground after they done killed him, and he was gonna be like a photo of the bear with Darsh actually inside of him. That's a little too much for you.
Yes.
Vladimir Komarov was a Soviet astronaut who in 19...
She's so disturbed, y'all.
I'm disturbed by your brain. Like what?
Vladimir Komarov was a Soviet astronaut who in 1967 was scheduled to orbit the Earth in the first manned flight of a particular Soviet spacecraft called the Soyuz. Komarov would be flying this mission solo, and so he needed a backup in case for some reason he couldn't go. And his backup was Yuri Gagarin, who was actually Komarov's best friend. This mission was very important to the Soviet Union, more from a political standpoint, but nonetheless, the pressure was on Komarov to successfully complete this mission. And so he, along with his backup Yuri, had to train extra hard and make sure they did not screw this up. But it turns out the fail point for this mission was almost certainly not going to be Komarov or Gagarin if he ended up going instead of Komarov. It was going to be the spaceship itself. Gagarin, along with a host of engineers, did a full-blown inspection of the Soyuz and found 203 significant structural problems, and they all recommended postponement of this mission. But their recommendation was ignored because, again, this mission was so politically important to the Soviet Union that they were effectively ready to risk their astronauts to make it happen. When Komarov found out about all these structural issues and the fact that the powers that be were not even listening and were basically saying, we don't care, you're doing this mission anyways, he was crushed, and he told a KGB agent that he was certain he was going to die. And this KGB agent would later say that he asked Komarov, well then why don't you refuse the mission? And Komarov said, if I refuse the mission, they're going to make my best friend go, and he'll die up there, so I have to go. Gagarin pleaded with Komarov to relinquish the role, let Gagarin go instead of him, but Komarov was staunch. He said, I've been given this mission, I'm going to go, you're going to stay here. But what Komarov did, which is so legendary, is he made sure his funeral, if he were to die in the course of this mission, would be open casket. Because he knew if he came back to Earth, it was probably going to be because this spaceship has crashed, and he wanted the Soviet leadership to see what they had done. So sure enough, Komarov gets in the Soyuz on launch day, he takes off, and the problems began almost immediately. They had very little power, they had limited communications with the ground, and the craft itself was spinning uncontrollably. Seeing how badly it was going already, Soviet leadership on the ground instructed Komarov to nix the mission and just try to come back to Earth. For 5 hours, Komarov circled Earth and attempted to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, but his ship, because of all of those structural problems, didn't work. And so 18 times he attempts to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, but each time it fails. Wow. And it was around this time that American intelligence recorded a conversation between a high-ranking Soviet leader on the ground and Komarov. And the leader on the ground is basically crying and saying they're so sorry to Komarov and that he's going to be a hero. They got his wife to come on, and his wife is talking to Komarov, and Komarov's telling her, what to do with the kids, what to do with his estate. He's perfectly fine and healthy, but the craft is doomed, and everybody knows it. Then that call ends, and Komarov, on his 19th attempt, is able to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, which everyone was pretty surprised he could even do that, but his parachutes failed. As Komarov is plunging to his death, over the radio he's cursing the Soviet leadership that doomed him by putting him in a botched spaceship. And so sure enough, on April 24th around 7 a.m., Komarov's craft smashes into the ground, killing Komarov, and when they open it up, it's clear what happened to him. He didn't die on impact. He basically burned alive inside of this capsule as it was careening down towards the Earth. And so all that's left of him is this charred pile. But because Komarov explicitly stated that they had to have an open casket funeral, specifically because he wanted the Soviet leadership to see what they had done to him, they had to hold an open casket funeral with just these charred remains. And here is the famous picture of Komarov's funeral, where the actual Soviet leaders that put him in that spaceship that was doomed. Here they are, viewing his open casket funeral. So that's going to do it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these 3 stories, and I will get back to all the early commenters. Plus, I will pin the best comment at the top of the comment section. If you enjoyed today's...
Yo, see, what the fuck?
That's all that was left.
Yo, what the absolute fuck? I ain't gonna hold you. He did a very commendable thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He decided to go. He was like, he had the opportunity to say no, but he said, if I don't risk my life, my best friend's life is on the line.
Yeah.
Because it's either me or him. I have the opportunity to say no, but it seems as though his best friend didn't have the opportunity to say no.
Yeah.
It's either if I say no, you have to go.
He's going to go, yeah.
Damn,
another choice, yeah.
That's devastating.
Man, I'd be up there cussing him out too, bro. That's sad.
Because y'all basically killed me.
Yep.
My kids no longer have a father. My wife no longer has her husband. Y'all sent me on a failed mission from the jump that we all knew that was a fail. But y'all wanted to do it so bad. Y'all were willing to risk my life. Y'all not risking y'all's life.
Yep.
Y'all risking my life because y'all wanted something to be done. Man, that's insane, bro. Crazy, man. Hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Cee Reacts To.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners.